Africa Center for Parliamentary Affairs has been an NGO that has been collaborating with the Education Committee to help us have quality data for our parliamentary oversight work.
We first of all want to thank you. What this is about is work that we've been doing on trying to see how our country is doing when it comes to the Sustainable Development Goals.
We have 17 goals, 169 targets, and over 240 indicators that are linked to the goals. So when we come to goal 4, quality education, how are we performing, or what are the indicators saying? So the first indicator that we reported on, or was reported on, is 4.1.1. It says proportion of children and young people, A, in grades 2 or 3, B, at the end of primary, and C, at the end of lower secondary, achieving at least a minimum proficiency level in reading and mathematics, disaggregated by sex. So how did we perform? Proficiency level in English and maths was found to be low among primary 4 to primary 6 pupils. And then generally girls outperformed the boys in English, and then the boys seem to be doing better in mathematics.
I've seen a few reports by IDEG and CDD and others, which also affirm this issue. And in fact, we have filed a number of questions on that.
The scorecard is a tool that is able to sort of bring together both the supply and demand sort of the equation. When we talk of the supply side here, we're talking about the service providers to a particular service. Is that okay? And the users, as a demand side. For example, if we are talking of education, okay, and then we are going to do a scorecard. First of all, you have to identify what are the inputs that government or whatever the provider is actually putting there, that you're going to sort of assess. So, for example, because of education, if you use textbooks, number of textbooks provision to a particular school facility, so that when you go, you have to track, okay, how many have been supplied? If there are textbooks, how many have been supplied? Then you look at what has been spent on them.
Community scorecard. The process is as important as the outcome, because by participating in the process, it leaves all of us with a certain outcome or different sets of outcome.
The committee will have 2 people from the committee, as though, so if you are going to the field, the committee will go to the field and engage everybody there. But now the committee will have 2 MPs, not people. Then some of you will serve as what? Service providers. Okay. Then some of you will serve as the service users. Is that okay? And then we'll go to stages and we'll go through it. When we're finished, then we'll come and then apply, we'll come and then do the actual question of how you score for the indicators.
Will you also be kind to tell us the time that you feed them? What time? Is it in the morning or in the afternoon, or what time do you?
So it's one hot meal. So they are fed in the afternoon for their lunch.
Can you tell us the quality of the food?
Honorable, yes, ideally on paper, we're supposed to have a good meal for the children. But because of the economic challenges, the government says there is not enough funding.
We are forced to take a number of goods on credit because our payments are usually delayed. Meanwhile, the expectation is we keep feeding the kids. So it's tough for us, Honorable.
Having learned how to get to the ground, interact with stakeholders to pick information, and how to translate the data to become information, So it's an opportunity that on my own as a member of parliament, it will help boost my research work.
This session was quite insightful. We've learned so much, and we are just not ending at this workshop. We're going to go to the field to implement the instruments we've learned here.
So following this session, we will be going into the field with a committee where the committee would engage key stakeholders at the community level, interact with them, get their feedback on how they are experiencing service delivery in the education sector. And the expectation is that issues from there would feed into policy reforms.
Thank you very much, Asepa, for bringing us here for this all-important education. We've gained a lot. We've shared knowledge to help us in our research and monitoring, as well as in our community engagement in our various constituencies. We can even pilot it on our own as a way of assessing our performances and that of the government in our various communities.